right, hi everybody. Welcome back to Comic-Con 2024, and we are at the, I think the mightiest booth in the entire convention floor. It's not the biggest, but certainly some of the coolest stuff, and we're back at the Jada Toys booth with Juhn. Juhn, thanks for taking us through a walkthrough.
No problem.
All right, well, I think we should just get right to it and start with probably the heaviest of the hitters that you guys have out here, and you have now, on Saturday of the convention, shown off, what is this? Are we at the full roster for Ultra Street Fighter 2 now?
Yeah, so this is the full roster. There's 19 characters, all unique, with the exception of, Violent Ken and Evil Ryu. They're all unique characters, all unique tooling for each character.
Wow. And we've gotten, we've got, the first couple of series. It looks like Series 3 is that final production, close to production as far as that goes?
Yeah, so DJ, Cammy, and Guile, what you see on display is basically the final product. So pre-orders should be going up shortly after the con, and should be shipping to you guys this fall.
Oh, very, very cool. So then after that, do you know how the next series are aligning or whatnot?
So after Wave 3, we have Sagat, Vega, and Blanca next. So those should be around next spring.
Okay.
So, within the first couple months of next year, those should be rolling out. And then after that is what we revealed, the remaining 5 figures. So the remaining 5 should all be in people's hands before the end of next year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And so we're getting into some of the bigger characters with that, but we haven't seen, I don't think, accessories for Series 3 and on yet. Are we going to be able to expect pretty much like swappable heads, hands, and accessories?
Yeah. So it's going to be the basic, formula where we have swappable heads, alternate hands, and accessories. There is some little extra bonuses for Wave 3. So Guile and DJ have a separate removable chain. As opposed to it being sculpted on, so technically you could say that's an accessory.
Yeah.
And then Guile's alternate hands comes with a comb where it looks like he could comb his hair.
Oh, nice. So now, obviously, as you said, these 19 round out the cast for the first game that you have worked on, but I assume that there are plans in the future to then expand beyond this game and move forward, right?
Yeah, for sure. So Street Fighter is one of my personal favorites, so this isn't the end, and hopefully as long as we can make it, we're going to continue to make them.
Awesome. And I do want to make sure that we do mention the fact that Violent Ken and the pink costume Chun-Li are Comic-Con exclusives that you can also get on the Jada Next Level store. And I would assume that, we got to see some store exclusives and whatnot this past year. Is that something that's going to continue with Street Fighter as well?
Yeah, definitely. So in addition to the main line where we introduce new characters, unique tooling, we're also going to incorporate, show convention exclusives, and we're also going to do simple repaints for certain retailers. So there's a big mix of different type of product offered within the whole line of Street Fighter.
Awesome. So just here in the case, tons of new Street Fighter stuff coming soon, but you guys are also thinking down the road as to where we might go after this first lineup, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Exciting stuff. All right. Well, let's move on down, and let's start with here because this is the Cyberpunk line, and you guys are showing off not only some stuff that we've seen before, but some new stuff as well. Can you kind of take us through the new figures and kind of the status of where we're at with the line in terms of production?
Yeah. So the first 2 figures, David and Lucy, we debuted last year. So these are very, very close to final. We even showed off the package so people know that we're very close to the finish line. These should be shipping later this year. Pre-orders will go up later this year. So in people's hand, end of this year optimistically, but if not, early next year.
Okay.
And then for this show, we debuted 2 new prototypes. So we have Main, which is like the larger figure, so it seems like the theme is big figures.
Yeah.
And this line is unique to our others because they're fully soft goods.
Yeah.
So they're much more involved. So that's why it's been taking longer, but we're getting there. And yeah, and the fan favorite Rebecca, we held off till the end.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people are very excited about this one.
I'm sure people know you've been teasing us all throughout the convention with adding new figures and characters. So this is going to be kind of like, as you said, with soft goods and whatnot, kind of a plussed up premium line.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, it's exciting to hear that the first couple of figures are on the way and seeing new ones. I know a lot of people are happy about that. And I've got to give the shout out to 796 Studios because this diorama is fantastic. It really shows off these figures.
And one more shout out over here. Rebel 10 Customs has been our go-to for soft goods for everything. So, I mean, obviously Cyberpunk is the one where we started off, but she does all of it. Like she did the handkerchief for Tony the Tiger. She's doing some of the like Vegas sash, Proto Man's. So everything soft goods, she's our go-to.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome. Shout out to her.
That's really cool to hear. So now, I think we'll probably spend about 3 hours talking about new Megaman to debut at the show. And it was funny because I was doing kind of my guesses and whatnot, trying to be logical, and then I was like, well, what if they went this way and whatnot? But it seems to me the theme of the new reveals for the show are Megaman 3.
Yes, yeah.
Right? Yeah, so on day one, first and foremost was the man himself, a brand new Gemini laser Megaman.
Yeah. So with the Mega Man repaints, it seems like they're not as exciting as the Robot Masters, even though he's the main character. So we want to make sure that the Mega Man repaints are also compelling enough for people. So we're trying to incorporate like the in-game enemies to spice it up a bit. So the reason why we selected him, it was based on the enemy, and we went from there.
Yeah.
So the ice stage has this cool little penguin, which is also iconic.
Yeah.
He's also fully articulated. His mouth, his wings. He has ankle rocker too, which is not necessary, but why not?
Yeah. And Mega Man's got the Gemini laser shot and a new expression.
Yeah. So we try to incorporate new parts and pieces to every Mega Man to make it interesting for everybody. Yeah. So that was like the basis of why we selected him, and just based on that game, we wanted to go into the Robot Masters of Mega Man 3.
Yeah, and the Robot Master from Mega Man 3 that we're seeing is fan favorite Snake Man. So you've got a cool little green corner going on here, and he's a great addition to that.
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, character selection for Mega Man is really simple.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks cool.
Yeah.
That's it.
and a Robot Master that's a snake theme with a head snake tail. I love the expression. Is the tail segmented? It looks like
so the tail is on a swivel hinge at the top. So you can move it up and down, and then some of the segments rotate, but because the tail is slightly curved, you could have it go down neutral, or if you twist them all in a different direction, it's swinging out. So yeah, it's fully articulated.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was thinking about when he jumps, the tail.
Yeah. So the hinge will help the tail go out, and then you adjust the swivels to make it go in a direction you want it to.
Well, I think for a lead-off Robot Master for Mega Man 3, he's a great choice, and I know a lot of people have been really excited about that. But I think the one who's stolen the show is not a Robot Master at all. It's the moody older brother of Mega Man and Proto Man is making his debut, not only in Mega Man 3, but in your toy line. Yeah.
I know a lot of people have been talking about him, and it just seemed like it made sense with what wave it was and what characters we had. So we just put him out there we didn't want to hold him too far.
Yeah.
So, it's a fan favorite, so we revealed him.
Well, the Mega Man 3 theme is great, and have you like we've seen, some of the things that are going to come with Mega Man, like accessory-wise, Proto Man have swappable heads. You have plans for that?
Yeah. So swappable heads, swappable arms and hands, and then his shield will be able to plug onto the back or be able to hold it. Yeah.
Nice.
So you have options.
And then we've got Series 2, which looks like it's really close to right?
Yeah, so the pre-orders went up earlier this year. They should be shipping very soon, so it's going to be in people's hands this fall.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I know we've got some other stuff, but the last thing that I wanted to ask about is Series 3 is moving along as well. Can you fill us in on where that is in production and maybe some of the like accessories and stuff that will be coming?
Yeah, so those figures are in tooling.
Okay.
So, tooling is the biggest hurdle and the biggest milestone for the next step.
Yeah.
So those should be coming out, within the first half of next year.
Okay.
And the accessory-wise, they each come with two different face expressions.
Good.
And because of the designs, each expression is very animated and unique.
Yeah.
They come with alternate hands. And so for Woodman, he comes with an accessory where it's like a motion effect with all these leaves. So it's like a leaf tornado effect.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then he has like the splayed out hand, so it looks like he's like pushing it out towards you.
Yeah, yeah.
They come with the stand. For Bubble Man, his accessory, he comes with a giant bubble.
Perfect. That's actually one of the most powerful weapons.
Yeah, and then the unmasked Megaman comes with a helmeted expression, and it's a new expression that hasn't been done yet.
Oh, cool.
So he has two unique head sculpts, and he comes with the additional parts that come with the regular Mega Man, so you could have the blaster on either side, different hand options, and then he comes with a Met that's fully articulated. The helmet's on a ball joint, so we have them post tilted to show that not only you could have it normal, you could have it so it's covering his eyes or off to the side. The legs are articulated, and the helmet can come off. You could just place it on the floor like he's hiding under it.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Well, I am so excited to get Series 2 and hearing about the updates on 3 and the debut of Series 4. I know I've told you this enough, but this is my favorite thing going, man. It is everything that I've ever wanted it to be. So exciting stuff for Mega Man. So thanks for making it happen. And I can't wait to see what's next.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Well, then let's move down to, I think the last couple of shelves that we're going to cover. And one of the things that you guys really started off with the action figures, the ad food icons, and we've got Chester Cheetah as well as the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Flamin' Hot version.
Yeah.
Chester, that glows in the dark, right?
Yeah, I mean, Flaming Hot is probably the most popular of all the flavors. And for an exclusive, doing a glow in the dark is kind of like a fun, cool thing, and it's like almost like it just makes sense. It just makes perfect sense. Yeah. So he has like a glow in the dark look to him. The plastic, it's a glossier orange.
Yeah.
And he glows more of a reddish hue. So yeah.
That's cool. Well, in addition to him, we've got another orange guy, but it's a new character. One that this just feels right for the next character in this line, and it's Tony the Tiger.
Yeah. So, So I mean, everyone knows we're gonna continue our food mascots.
Yeah.
And I think like people's like wish list or like speculation, I think Tony was on the top of a lot of people's list.
Yeah, definitely.
So it was just the obvious next step. He came out cool. He's really big, but like the fit and finish, it's like in line with the other characters. So it's a continuation of a line. Yeah, he fits right in with your other mascots.
Yeah, so he's coming with the box of Frosted Flakes, right? And is this a swappable hand? Is the basketball separate? How?
Yeah. So one of his most iconic poses, or he has his finger pointed up. So he comes with that, but in order to put the basketball, the tip of the finger needs a plug. But we can't do that because then you can't do his iconic pose.
Yeah.
So it comes with two pointing fingers, one with a plug and one without.
Awesome.
So the basketball is removable, and he comes with a lot of cool accessories that's not on display.
Yeah.
But he has multiple hands. He has like a cereal bowl. He has a hand that's holding a spoon.
Oh.
So his cereal bowl hand is like a cupping hand with a plug on it, so you could plug the cereal bowl on, or you could take it off and plug the basketball in and have him holding the basketball off to his side.
Very nice. Or he could, spin a bowl of cereal on the end of his finger. Oh, well, that's awesome. I'm really glad to see this line continue. And like I said, I think he's a great next step in there. And I like the heft of him. He's a tiger you don't want to mess with. Eat your breakfast. All right. So is he like approximately next year or
probably like around next summer?
Next summer.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, we'll be looking forward to that. So then finally, let's get down to a big one down here for Robo and lots of other people and me, but you guys are unveiling 6-inch Scooby Doo.
Yeah, so we wanted to make sure that we had a brand new license debut at Comic Con.
Yeah.
So Scooby Doo is the one for this year.
This is a big one, and the first three figures that you are showing off are Shaggy, the Creeper, and the Mummy. Is this your first series then?
Yeah. So for me personally, the monsters are more exciting than the cast.
Same.
So but we still need main cast members to anchor it. So each wave for the time being will be a main cast member and 2 monsters.
Great, and you're starting with Shaggy, and we've seen 2 different heads with him and a box of Scooby snacks.
Yeah.
Is not what we're expecting as far as the accessories go. More than that too.
Yeah, so you'll have multiple hand options.
Okay.
He'll have one of the hands that's on display is a gripping hand, and it comes with a separate Scooby snack, so you can hold it.
Oh, nice.
And then it comes with more like neutral hands, so you have different display options. And the gripping hand doubles as a way to unmask the monsters.
Oh,
Yeah. So
to pull the mask off.
yeah. So the alternate heads on the monsters will be their unmasked portraits. And
That's awesome.
And what's cool is like it's not only the unmasked portrait, but for Creeper, the accessory is a stretched out Creeper face. So you could have it so Shaggy is in the middle of pulling his mask off his face.
It's like the Invisible Man. Pulling his
Yeah.
Creeper.
So it's all stretched out and weird looking, and then under it's the unmasked head. He has like glasses.
Yeah.
He's all sad.
Well, and he's kind of in a hunched over pose here, but it looks like he stands up pretty tall. And are we seeing a clasp for the
Yeah. So you could have the option of having it closed. That's how it's typically shown. His iconic pose is crouched over.
Yeah.
So you could kind of stretch it with it closed, but if you open it up, you could maximize the hunching over range more.
Wow.
Yeah.
So alternate heads with masks coming out.
Yeah.
That's so exciting for the first monster in the way, but then the second one, I've got to say, it's crazy. This might be my favorite out of the 3, and it just feels like poetic justice that the Mummy is making it into the first series.
Yeah, so we made it a point to have them in Wave 1.
Yeah?
Because, there was like some loose ends in the past, so this kind of like is full circle. We didn't give you a mummy, but this is our redemption.
This is a pretty good redemption arc.
Yeah. So what's cool about his alternate head is his accessory is an unraveled piece of like bandage that plugs. So you take the head off, and it plugs onto the neck, and you put the head on, so it's wedged in between the neck and the head, and like his like chin is partially covered, and then the rest of the accessory is just a bandage. So you could have any of the cast members have it pulling off his head.
Man, you guys have got some like kinetic, like swappable. It's like it feels like stuff's in motion. With this. That's fantastic, and he's got double joints and everything. And you were talking about this is not quite final production. But, it's
so
a newer version.
Yeah, so Mummy's awesome because like just based on the design, you can hide all the articulation. So it has bicep swivel, thigh swivel, lower leg swivel, but it's all invisible.
Yeah.
So he's actually the most fun for me personally as articulation and moving it around, but it's also the most seamless just based on his design. So he has an iconic design element where he has a piece of bandage hanging off his right arm. Like it comes off his forearm and connects back onto his upper arm. It's not reflected on this, but the final product will have extra dangling bandage parts coming off.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. And so if he's in a further along production state, these are actually, well into production at this time, right?
So these are already tooled.
Oh, wow.
So typically when we show off prototypes at Comic-Con, we're making the prototypes up leading up to Comic-Con. We probably get the prototypes like a week or 2 before the show, and that's like the first time that even I've seen them. But Scooby Doo, we've made these prototypes like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So even before debuting to the public, we're already very far into the development of it.
So much shorter runway from debut to on show.
Yeah, so these will probably be spring of 25, which is like less than half a year from now.
I know. 2024 is already more than half over, so that's not far. Wow. So this is wave one, and we can expect the pattern moving forward will be the mystery gang member and a couple of monsters.
Yeah, definitely.
And does this cover? Is there a specific iteration of Scooby Doo that you guys are licensed for, or is it more like the whole umbrella?
It's the whole umbrella, but to be honest with you, I'm not too versed in every little iteration. But for me,
focusing on the
in general, it's just classics.
Yeah.
Right now. Yeah. But if I do need help, maybe you can help me.
Well, that's awesome, and that Scooby Doo is also a part of a much larger animation studio. So maybe people could be crossing their fingers about some stuff in the future as well, right? But,
Could be.
Yeah. Well, Scooby Doo is super exciting. Juhn, thank you so much as always for taking us through this great walkthrough and lots of exciting stuff. Once again, Jada Toys. Thanks, man.
All right, thank you.
All right. If you guys don't know this already, I'm an idiot. But we're talking to Juhn from Jada about Scooby Doo, and Jada has a rich history of producing toys based off of iconic vehicles. And when you think about Scooby Doo, it's almost a certain iconic vehicle is just as important as any character on the show. So, Juhn, what are the possibilities of a mystery machine for the Scooby Doo line?
I mean, honestly, if this line does well and people support it, the chances are very high.
Yeah.
In fact, we've made mystery machines already in the past in our smaller diecast, and it's kind of like our specialty.
Yeah.
So it would just make sense. So hopefully the line does well, and we have the opportunity to make it.
So the most exciting and obvious piece of news associated with this will end with the stinger. So I'm glad I'm an idiot and forgot to ask you that.